Am I the asshole for getting a vasectomy without telling my wife? My wife, Natalie, and I have been married for 8 years. We're child-free and we've had the kids' conversation several times before. We're on the same page. If we had an oops baby, we'd roll with it. But we aren't actively trying to have children. It's been an unspoken agreement between us that we're fine as we are. But things changed for me last year. My brother has 3 kids, and his eldest daughter, who was 18 at the time, passed away. It was sudden, traumatic, and honestly, it shook all of us to the core. She had been put on birth control, and shortly afterward she died from a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot in her lung. Turns out she had a genetic blood clotting disorder that nobody knew about until it was too late. After her death, my brother and his wife got tested, and we discovered my brother carries the same gene that caused the blood clotting issue. That was a wake-up call for me because if he had it, there was a chance I could too. I got tested, and sure enough, I have the same disorder. Now, it's not necessarily a death sentence. From what I understand, it's manageable with the right precautions. I've been told to be careful with surgeries and injuries, monitor my weight, and if things went sideways, I'd have to go on blood thinners for life. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I don't want to pass this down to a child. It's one thing for me to live with it, but I can't imagine bringing a kid into the world knowing they might have to navigate this too. It just didn't sit right with me. Natalie and I don't want kids anyway, so I figured I'd make it official and prevent any accidents. I scheduled a vasectomy. I didn't tell anyone about it. Not my wife, not my family, no one. I went through the process solo, had a buddy from work drive me home afterward, and I spent the rest of the day lounging around in a bit of discomfort. But I felt oddly at peace with the decision. Here's where things get a little complicated. I still haven't told Natalie. It's been a week now. I know we're not planning on kids, but I also know a vasectomy is a big decision, and keeping it to myself probably wasn't the best move. I'm not hiding it to be sneaky or deceitful. I just don't want to make a big deal out of it. I feel like we were already on the same page about not wanting children. So this was more of a taking an extra step kind of thing rather than a betrayal. But the more time passes, the more I'm starting to question myself. I guess part of my hesitation is that I don't want to freak her out. The genetic disorder thing is already heavy, and I don't want her to feel like I made this decision from a place of panic or fear. I made the decision based on wanting to protect our future and avoid passing down something that could make our child's life more complicated than it needs to be. So, am I the asshole for getting a vasectomy without telling my wife? I mean, it's my body, my health, and technically, I made the decision that aligned with both of our long-term goals. But now I'm wondering if this will come back to bite me in the ass if I don't come clean soon. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. After all, I did what felt right for both of us. Didn't I? What would you do if you were me? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss it.